Assalamu alaikum everyone. So today we're going to study about hyperbole. Hyperbole is an exaggerated statement or claim that is not meant to be taken literally. For example, I have told you a million times. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to just dive deeper into what's hyperbole exactly and what is the purpose of using hyperbole in your writing or in your speech, and what are the aspects that are important when you're going to add hyperbole in your written text or in your speech. So we're going to look more examples and the usage of hyperbole in a reputable or a well-known readers or novels. All right, so let's before getting started, what is hyperbole exactly, we're going to just discuss what is figurative language. So, figurative language is anytime you stretch the actual meaning of words for effect, whether to sound artistic, make a joke, or communicate more clearly and engagingly. All right. So, figurative language is also known as metaphorical language. All right, something that which is not literal. All right, which has opposite meaning of what it is saying. All right, so figurative language is a common technique in a narrative writing where the author strives to make emotional connections with the reader, and we have different purposes for figurative language. For example, it helps make writing and speeches more engaging and amusing. The reader or listener has to think about the words a little more, as if decode a riddle, which means they're actively participating. All right, for example, this is not going to be literally a true or something that someone is saying something to you a million times. All right, this is not literally true, that means it is a figurative language. All right, it's just what they're doing, the person is just putting emphasis, the person is just trying to connect with you, trying to engage you, and deliver his or her emotion to yourself. All right, so it's very easy. What is hyperbole? Hyperbole from a Greek word meaning excess. All right, excess matlab more of something. All right, is a figure of speech that uses extreme exaggeration to make a point or show emphasis. It's a type of figurative language. Again, as I mentioned earlier, that it is one of the type of figurative language or figurative devices. So, hyperbole from a Greek word which means excess, that uses extreme exaggeration. When you want to put in more information in your speech, when you exaggerate things, for example, that movie was worst. Okay, worst in the world, for example, I say, so you're just exaggerating the worstness of that movie. All right, when you want to exaggerate something, when you want to let the listener feel your emotion, then you're going to use hyperbole. All right, let's come to the second point. It's a trick of exaggerating a situation, action, or feeling by using extreme language to intensify the image created in the reader's mind. Simply put, it uses exaggeration to emphasize and intensify meaning. All right, so it's again the same as what speaker or the writer tends to do, is that they want you to go through to their emotions. All right, and just make you feel what they are going through. Now, hyperbole is used in poems and stories because it helps to emphasize part of the story and evoke a response from the reader. All right, so it is often used in the poems and the stories to make it more engaging and to evoke a response from the reader. Hyperbole can help the writer to get their point across so that you understand the emotion, seriousness, or humor of the situation. All right, so this is one of the major reason, is just to communicate their emotion, that what they're going through and what is what is their opinion about certain thing in seriousness and also the humor. It can also be used to make something sound much worse than it actually is. For example, I just gave you an example of a movie. All right, for example, this movie that I have watched recently is the worst movie in the entire world. All right, it is true that the more movies that are more not good than the movie that I have just watched can be more worse. But I am just putting forward my point of view. Okay, my point of view, what I'm trying to convey, and what my emotions are after just watching that entire movie. For example, this is the worst book in the world. In this example, the speaker doesn't literally mean that the book is the worst one ever written, but is using hyperbole to be dramatic and emphasize their opinion. See, the example is very easy. This is the worst book in the world. So the speaker is what the speaker is trying to do is just trying to give his or her point of view by being very dramatic and putting emphasis on their opinion. Now, what is an example of hyperbole? There's enough food in the cupboard to feed an entire army. All right. So, if someone is saying there's no food, there's nothing to eat, there's nothing to eat, and for example, a child is saying that there's nothing food in the cupboard, there's nothing food at all, there's no food at all. So the mother is replies that there's enough food in the cupboard to feed an entire army. That means the army is very big, and the majority in number. So this is enough food. It's just what she is doing, she's just putting an emphasis on the quantity of the food availability. All right, see, let's see what is written over there. In this example, the speaker doesn't literally think that there's enough food in the cupboard to feed an army. Instead, the speaker is using hyperbole to exaggerate how much food they have. Hyperbole examples in everyday life. I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. See, it is not literally possible, all right, to eat a horse. It's just put in emphasis. I haven't seen you in ages, all right. The teacher gave us a ton of homework. Now it is not literally important to give you a tons and tons of homework. So it is just the way of communicating your emotion, that how you feel about being given this much homework. All right, the huge amount of homework. For example, when your mom sees what you have done, she will kill you. All right, so just the emphasis that she's going to kill you, but this is not literally important that whatever you do, your mom won't gonna kill you. She never stops talking. See, this is not literally true. This work is going to take me years to finish. I'll be there in 2 seconds. Now, this is not humanly possible to reach somewhere in 2 seconds. I was dying of laughter. Nobody dies because of laughter. It's just the way of communicating that I laughed out loud, or I laughed so much that I couldn't control my laughter. Just to, again, to communicate your emotion. Authors, poets, and songwriters love to use hyperbole. It's a great tool for conveying a stronger emotion and is one of the main tools for a lot of famous writers. All right, there are there are also lots of examples hyperbole being used in literature. Here are some of our favorite examples. See, The Adventures of Pinocchio by C. Colloid. Let's see what they are trying to explain us. He cried all night, and dawn found him still there. Though his tears had dried and only hard, dry sobs shook his wooden frame, but these were so loud that they could be heard by the faraway hills. The description of Pinocchio's crying through the night uses hyperbole language. Can you see how the multiple uses of exaggeration are there to show how upset he was? See, if you just look into the last sentence, but these were so loud that they could be heard by the faraway hills. Now, this is not literally true. All right, this is just a figurative way of saying that the loud or the cry of the Pinocchio was this much loud. Now let's see some of the facts of hyperbole. A hyperbolic expression has to be something that is not literally possible and shouldn't be taken literally either. All right. For example, just same as the example. See, let's take some example from over there. For example, see, I was dying of laughter. All right. So what they're trying to say, in fact, that expression has to be something that is not literally possible. All right. It's dying because of the laughter is not literally possible, so it should be not literally possible and shouldn't be taken literally either. Hyperbole is different from similes and metaphors. While there there are all examples of language that uses comparison, hyperbole differs by using humorous exaggeration. So in similes and metaphors, what we do, we just compare one thing with another. All right. So hyperbole is the opposite of an understatement. The word hyperbole, same, overcasting or excess. Now, why, what is the reason of using hyperbole? Is this the only reason to deliver your emotion, or there are more? Let's get into it. It's used to make something sound more dramatic than it is actually. See, if I have to sit through that film again, I'll die. See, a very dramatic opinion about a movie. In this example, the speaker doesn't literally mean that they will die if they have to watch the film again. Instead, they're using hyperbole to emphasize their opinion about the film and how bad they thought it was. You wouldn't want to use hyperbole in official, professional, or non-fiction works like reports or research papers, but it is a great creative writing and communication tool, especially when you want to add character or humor to a story. So this line is amazing. This entire paragraph is amazing. So that they are just telling you a fine line between an academic writing and the writing that you do for what, for your pleasure, and a creative writing, sort of, when you're writing plays, when you're writing dramas. All right. So you could totally use these sort of figurative language, whether it could be personifications, hyperbole, similes, and metaphors. All right. So you can use onomatopoeia, alliteration. So you can use these figurative speech in your written text when you're writing a book or something very exciting. All right. But it is not for the reports, not for the academic purpose. All right. So I hope everything is clear to you. If there is something that you want to ask, please comment down in the comment section. Allah Hafiz.